How do men see sex? The reality is, men don't see sex as women do. There are biological reasons for this, but I'm just going to speak on my own experience, okay? Recently, I had a discussion with a female friend of mine, and she confirmed my opinion. And she told me that she recently discovered that just because a man is sleeping with you does not mean he likes you. And she's 100% correct. In fact, she's 1,000% correct. Men are not as emotionally invested when it comes to sex. Okay? So stop using a man sleeping with you as a man liking you or loving you. No, 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 no. Sex is not a big deal for most men. Okay? Men can have sex with women they hate. Men can have sex with women he's not even attracted to, by the way. Okay? Men can have sex with girls that he doesn't even want to be seen in public with because he's not as emotionally invested in the act. So that's not how men show love. Men don't show love by sleeping with you. That's not it. That's very, very wrong. And I hope somebody listening to me will pick that up. Okay? How do men see sex? Men see sex as just an act. Okay? In general. It's not a big deal per se. Now, are there exceptions? Absolutely. Personally, I have to like the girl for me to sleep with her. I don't believe in just sleeping with random people. I do believe I have to like you. I'm not saying I have to take you to the altar, I have to love you, but I have to really like to be in your company. I have to like your presence to the point that I want to sleep with you. Okay? Maybe I'm an exception, maybe I'm not, I don't know, but I like to like you before I sleep with you. A lot of guys are not that same way. A guy can walk out today in the dark, see a girl that he likes, she agrees, he sleeps with her and he moves on with his life. Okay? So don't confuse a man sleeping with you for a man.
The next one is she understands where he is at on his arousal scale. Now, I do a lot of work teaching men how to last longer and how to be sexual masters. I spend a lot of my time doing that. However, no matter how good a man is at controlling his ejaculation and being able to last longer, if a woman really wants to take him over his edge and really, uses her physical and her energetic bodies to pull him over into ejaculation, she can do that most of the time. A lot of women actually do this unconsciously and aren't aware that they are doing it. So to have really great sex, in my mind, it has to be way longer than the average. There have been a few studies done on how long men last and how long women last on average. I talk about this a lot on my show. On average, in one study, they said men last 3 to 5 minutes. In another study, it said that they last 5 to 7 minutes, whereas the average woman took 20 to 30 minutes to have an orgasm. You can see there's a big disparity there. So if you want to have really great sex where both of you reach a climax, then he's got to be able to last longer than that, 3 to 7 minutes-ish, even 10 minutes, even 15 minutes. So one of the things that you can do as a woman is to be aware of where he is in his arousal scale. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being ejaculation, 1 being not turned on at all, where is he in that scale? Now there's a sweet spot between 6 and 8, which is really where he wants to be during that lovemaking. So as a woman, it's a real skill for you to be able to pay attention and understand where relatively he's at in that scale. And if you realize he's like at a 9-ish, you might want to back down your energy level a little bit and let his energy level come down. And you can play with the energies like that if you're both aware of where you are in that arousal scale. And you can manage to sort of ride the waves of energy until you choose to have an orgasm. Now, ladies, I know what you're thinking. But I was so close. I didn't want to back my energy down because then I was going to lose my orgasm. That is not necessarily true. You may forego the immediate impending orgasm, but you will likely have a bigger one later on down the road and more of them later on down the road if you are willing to back your energy down a little bit and let him recover. After enough waves of up and down, he should be able to get into a sweet spot where he can really hold it and withstand the powerful orgasmic waves that you are going to have. So don't worry about foregoing that early orgasm, especially if it's one of those early explosive clitoral orgasms, because you're likely to...
Are you having sex or making love? Here's the difference. Part 3. Sex is a means to an end, seeking to fulfill one's own desires of another body. Making love is about connection and unity. With sex, it's focused on stimulation, granting access to the physical. Making love focuses on intimacy, granting access to the heart. With sex, it may quench a physical desire, but with making love, it grants healing.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking. Kindly subscribe to this beautiful channel. So in today's video, we're talking about a very interesting topic: how men view sex. So there are often a lot of stereotypes and assumptions when it comes to men and their approach to intimacy. So I want to break it down and offer a balanced perspective of what I know. So if you're curious about the emotional, psychological, and even biological aspect of how men perceive sex, stick around. So we're going to start with the most common misconception that men see sex purely as physical act. Yes, there are biological factors at play. Testosterone, which is high in men, tend to increase sexual drive. But reducing men's view of sex to just a biological age or something emotionless is over amplified, okay? So society often promotes the idea that men are constantly thinking about sex, always ready, and that it's not all they care about in a relationship. While it's true that men may think about sex frequently due to these natural drives for many men, sex is more than just a physical release. It's a form of emotional connection, affirmation, and even love. One thing that's often overlooked is how men view sex as a way of expressing emotions they might not easily communicate verbally. Many men use intimacy as a way to feel close, valued, and connected to their partner. This is especially true in relationships where emotional vulnerability may not come as naturally. In this sense, sex becomes a way for men to show affection, feel validated, and experience closeness. For some men, being physically intimate is how they express their love. It's their way of showing they care and are deeply connected to their partner. It's important to understand that for many men, sex is not just about satisfaction, but about feeling desired and accepted. We also have to look at how society conditioned plays a huge role in shaping how men view sex from a young age. Men are often taught that their masculinity is tied to their sexual experiences. The more sexual partners or encounters they have, the more manly they are perceived. This can lead to a pressure to perform or conform to certain standards, which is not always reflective of their true feelings. The problem here is that some men may feel obligated to approach sex in a detached or purely physical way because that's what society tells them a real man does. However, deep down, they may be looking for more, whether that's emotional connection, intimacy, or love. Another interesting aspect is how sex can be tied to a man's ego and confidence. For some men, their sexual performance or their ability to win over a partner can significantly impact their self-esteem. This is why rejection, especially in the bedroom, can sometimes hit harder for men than for women. It's not just about the act, it's tied to how they perceive themselves and their worthy. That being said, many men approach sex with the goal of making sure their partner is satisfied as well. Contrary to the belief that men are solely focused on their own pleasure, a lot of men take pride in ensuring their partner is having a good experience, which boosts their own confidence. So finally, let's talk about how men view sex in long-term relationship. For many men, sex within a committed relationship is even more meaningful. It becomes a form of emotional reassurance and a way to maintain a deep bond with their partner. When men feel emotionally safe in a relationship, the physical intimacy tends to carry more weight and meaning. At the same time, when that connection is lacking, some men might pull away or struggle with intimacy, which can create issues in the relationship. It's important to understand that for many men, sex is closely tied to the overall health of the relationship, and it often reflects how they feel emotionally. So how do men view sex? The truth is complex. Yes, biological play a role, but sex for men is often just emotional and psychological as it is physical. It's a way to feel connected, loved, and validated. If we want to have healthy relationship, we need to move past the stereotypes and recognize that men's views on sex are variety and nurtured. So what do you think about today? Have you had different experiences when it comes to how men view sex? Let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you found this video helpful. So see you in the next time.